Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light seekers. Where's the seekers and the sojourners of truth? The 144, the chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are. I'm Akila Textry, and I greet you with the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours, as I am in the divine energy essence of it all. As usual, reporting to you live from 5D, the fifth dimension. Where's my 5D people? Where my light D, LED light Ds, the way these words be coming out sometimes. Where are the light bodies, right? You stand up. This is a retrograde, a reflection on looking at the retrograde within the prograde, right? The drift within the shift. And so as usual, I bring you the news to infuse, if you so choose to infuse with that light. So let's infuse with this light grid. If not, you could choose not to, but be prepared to get fried. All right. And as I say that, I heard the song, you know, fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. We're moving on up. So which reminds me, this is really about that moving up, and you'll see why when I talk about this, about that light moving on up. Speaking of that retrograde, you'll see why I'm saying the retrograde within the prograde. But before I do, a little housekeeping. Let me apologize for the last video that I put out. I know I said that this was part 2, so some of you may be like, well, where is part 1? You're not going crazy. There's no part 1 did not get recorded as I thought. So I did the video, and it did not record as I thought, and I was going to just post both of them. But when I was done with the second one and looked back, I realized it was not even recorded. It did not stick. The device did not keep it. As I speak of device, I'm saying anyone who has a Nokia, or if you go to a Metro or T-Mobile, do not get that Nokia phone. That is the worst, right? It's no bueno. It's no good. Leave it right there on the shelf, right? Because I'm going to take this bad boy back. It literally just cut on me again. Just to let you know, I already recorded this video that I'm saying to you right now, and I'm recording it again. So faithfully, the second shot goes by, right? Or goes through. Shot 2. So with that said, let's go right into this, because I feel like this is really important. Sometimes these energies, I know electronics and all that, I know they have a way with working through these energies. And I know I'm getting a fight. I know it's a whole spiritual warfare. They don't like what I'm saying. I speak in ways that people are being told to move, because this is a movement. This is a forward movement. If you're listening to people and they're not teaching you or talking to you or telling you about moving, right? I'm not just here to talk about 5D. I'm not just here to talk about the soul or spirit or spiritual things. I'm here to highlight what we need to see, what we need to know, so that we can grow, and so we can do what needs to be done, and pay attention to what is happening around us to know what moves to make. This is about movement, not so stillness, right? Not being stagnated. So with that, let me go right into this. I don't want to take too long of an intro. That's the housekeeping. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you dare. Remember, it helps keep the algorithms going, so we can keep, you know, doing what we do, so I can get to the point of doing lives with you. So I encourage you, as I say that, I know we say like, subscribe, or share, but the preferred one is to subscribe. The more subscriptions the channel gets, then it will be able to open up to doing lives. That's the goal. Other than that, hey, do what you do, right? You don't gotta like me. You don't gotta really like me. Just press the like button just to keep it going for somebody else, right? So with that, let's go into the retrograde within the prograde. Let me first speak on the retrograde. I've done a previous video last year around this time that had to do with retrograde, so I'm going to explain it with a little bit of that, so we understand, so we have the backdrop, you know, image in our mind, understanding retrograde. We hear that a lot. We hear planets in retrograde, and some people just think of it as, oh, the planet's moving backwards. No, planets are always going in rotation. The planet doesn't go this way and then says, oh, retrograde, let me go back. There is no backwards. Everything in divine order is forward movement, right? Even when you pass, it's forward movement. You go from one world to the next world, lest you choose to stay in a stagnated state. Then you cease to move forward. But there is no moving backwards, right? So anywho, the planets are moving around. And so what happens, what you see in retrograde is a perspective. It is just as if someone would be in a car, and as if you're in a parked car and another car is moving forward, it gives the illusion, it gives the vision or illusion of moving backwards. I said it right. Illusion. You're not going backwards. It is an illusion to seem as if you're going backwards, but that is because that vehicle is moving forward, right? So same way it is with the planets. They're all going this way, but when a planet is going faster than it, it's passing it by, it's like shh, then another one is kind of going into retrograde. And so it appears that it's, you know, pulling back, but it's how fast the next planet, the next energy is passing it. And so it is with all of us. Now that I've gave the car example to the planet example, now let's look at us. We are all energy, just like the planets are a ball of energy. We are a ball of energy. Not that you may technically look like a ball. You could be any other shape you want, but you're energy. And as one is passing another, it gives the illusion of a retrograde. There's this retrograde effect that you feel as if you're going backwards, right? Or that person feels as if they're going backwards because there's a passing. And I saw this last year. That's why I did the video about a year ago in this regards, that someone was transiting, someone was passing. And what I noticed is that person passes on, right? Let's think about it like this. They're leaving the body. So what happens is their spirit, we're all spiritual beings in a body. As they put their body down, their spirit takes on light speed. Boom. So they are really passing you. They are surpassing us. They are passing us by at light speed. So those who they leave behind, all friends and family that they leave behind, is in a retrograde effect. Yes, they are in mourning, and they are in mourning because of the retrograde effect. They feel as if, as soon as I said that, I saw 727 on the timer, right? I'm noticing these numbers as I go. 727 is the harmony of duality within manifestation. So take that however that resonates with you. But they're going back, like family members are feeling the pullback, right? Because there's been a completion, right? 7 is usually that type of completion. It's a creative process completion. There's a manifestation that is, you know, it's a return to the completion, which is a manifestation. And that is what the feeling of the passing by is. So that person is leaving their light speed, they're gone, and everybody's feel left behind. And so they're in mourning because of that. But it's like, the mourning is to understand that it's because you feel as if that person is, you know, no more, you know. But oftentimes they feel that they're moving on and that person has stopped. They've ceased to exist. And that is in the physical, from a physical perspective. But spiritually, what is really happening is they are taking on a speed that you don't know. They have taken on light speed. They've left their body and they've moved and they have passed you. So you are the one that is being left behind. And that's where the sorrow comes in and everything, because it's like, wait, where are you going? Like that person is gone and you can't reach them, right? Or so we think, because they're only a thought away, right? But physically, we feel as if we can't reach them, we can't touch them no more, right? So that's let me pull that back. I don't want to go too much into that topic in that way of transition, because I want us to understand what's happening now in live stream, in lifetime, with this drift that's happening, the drift within the shift. And so a lot of things have been happening as we're shifting. A lot of us are coming into our crystalline bodies. We're coming into 5D, where we're all elevating soul excavation, which is causing your soul ascension. You're removing the soot off your soul. You're coming out of karmic wheels. All of this stuff that propels your light forward. You're a light body. and propels you to come into this crystalline body. All of this that we call it, whatever it is you want to call it, your light speed is picking up in this lifetime. This is one of the major times where, and I don't think this ever happened in all of Earth history, where so much of in this great awakening, so many people are transitioning or leaping, jumping timelines and shifting into their new soul self without having to put down the body, like what I spoke about before. There are a lot of us that are transiting, passing others by, light speed in our energy bodies. We are passing others by every time we level up, every time we evolve and elevate in our soul, and every time we shift a timeline or quantum leap timelines within our lifetime, within this lifetime. We are constantly shifting and passing. We're shifting gears and passing. And every time we do that, it brings some type of retrograde or retrograde effect amongst with whom you are relating with. It can be people you work with. It can be people in your family, your friends. With every level, you're going to feel some type of retrograde. A lot of us have felt it. We just probably didn't look at it like that. I'm saying this now because it's happening on a grander scale. That's like the message I was getting about 2 days ago. It's happening on a grander scale. There are so many of us that are feeling the retrograde within the prograde, right? So the prograde is what we're for, right? It's to say the retrograde within the prograde is similar to saying the fallback for the come up, or the fallback for what we're for, what we are about, what we are here for. That's our prograde. Right? What we have come here to do is our prograde. That is the holistic view that we want to keep focused on, right? And the retrograde is just the effects that we are feeling within the prograde. It is part of the process because we're going to be passing by some things, some people, places, and things that no longer resonate with where you are now. You are putting down that physical body, so to speak, without dying, without actually putting down the body. You are leaving the things of the physical body, meaning, let's say root chakra wise, right? The root chakra is really representative of the lowest chakra, which is all physical. All physical things, even ideas that are physical, if you get what I'm saying. It's just all physical components. So we're able to put down those physical perspectives and concepts, right? To move to the higher realms of it, to move to the higher perspectives. We're upgrading and updating in this whole process, and so we're passing by. And even though it's for the betterment, a lot of us may be feeling this grief. And I say that so you may feel alone. Some people may really be feeling the loneliness because it really is a lonely road. But what I want to say to those of us like that is to know that you are never alone. Never, never, never are you alone. That is a lie. You know how they say the devil is a liar, right? That demonic thought, that unhealed thought is a liar. You are never alone. You are with a host of light bodies. You are with a host of angels and guides and your galactic family, your starseed family. Even those of us who are here, those of you who even may resonate with me, we are here together. We may not see each other physically, but we are here and we're connected, and we're all here supporting each other. Especially if you are infusing on the light grid, you will feel the support even in your loneliest day. It could be you alone with nobody around you, no one to talk to. You may not have tangible physical support around you, but energetically we are all here. And there are a lot more of us waking up than you think. There are a lot more of us that are entering into the next paradigm, entering into their light bodies and whatever it is that is happening, right? So this is the retrograde. You're going to feel that. Others may feel the retrograde effect too. So it's not just you who are taking off. You're taking off and you may be grieving that retrograde effect that you're feeling. And remember, if you're taking off, the other is feeling as if they're falling back, but it's not. They're just stagnant. They're not moving. They're in a stagnated state. And so as you move on, they feel, so they will feel the retrograde effect. And those will be the ones that maybe call you out your name, maybe feel like they may tell you, oh, you think you're better than them, you think you're doing all this spiritual stuff, now you doing, you know, they may call you crazy, all kind of stuff. Everybody's feeling it in different ways, but it is the retrograde effect. It is the drift within the shift. So as this shift is happening, know that you're going to feel that. You're going to feel the draft, the whoo, brr. Did it just suddenly get cold? Yes, but you can be warm all inside, right? You could be tangled with warm all inside. Just focus on the prograde, focus on the shift, right? Because you are definitely going to feel the drift. Watch it, you know. Drift, that's for my island people. You know what song I'm talking about. Watch it with me. No. Drift. And there's a drift in the shift. So as we sink the clutch and shift, you're moving. Your light is moving. Just think light speed. It's a part of the process. And so you want to ground yourself. You want to, like, I'm going to remind myself of the 4 steps that I got as I was talking about the rainbow in my live. It's like, if you look at the 4 steps where in the lower chakras, from the root to the heart, right? Meaning from earth in the root, to the water in your sacral, to the fire in your solar plexus, to the wind in your heart. The 4 steps are this: ground yourself. And I believe I mentioned this in the Gemini video. Ground yourself. 1 and 2, water. Let the waters pour. The waters are the portals to your soul. Allow the waters to flow. The waters are the currency, the channels that flow through your earth. You being earth, your body, your life, world, and affairs. That is your earth, your physical. Ground yourself in that physical to stabilize yourself, and then allow the waters to flow. And as the waters then flow, watering everything that needs to grow, then allow the light to shine. And that light is going to shine through the precipitation of waters. That is going to highlight your rainbow and tie everything together in the wind. Right? When you get to the wind, you're in the heart body, you're in the heart activity, and you will see everything that you need to see. Right? Let your heart, this is why we have to get into our heart. Activate your heart. Go into that heart and get into the state in your higher heart of anahata and your true authenticity. This is how you can sustain these feelings. Process your emotions as you ground yourself and everything. The steps I just gave you, just utilize those steps to get to where you go. That's a bridge. Remember, the heart is the bridge. So I just gave you the 4 steps to get to the bridge, and then it bridges you to where you need to go. What is your next step? Remember to always take a deep breath all the way through. Drink a lot of water. Meditate. Right? But you are definitely not alone, and understand that this retrograde effect is only happening so that it's highlighting to and letting you know that you're in the prograde. It's all just part of the process. So take that shift. Allow that drift to shift you as we are witnessing. That's all it's saying, is we're witnessing the shift into the 5D new earth. This is all part of it, and it's happening at many levels, right? Whether you're on the end of, you feel like someone's passing you by, which means if you're noticing that and you care, if you care, you may want to pick up the pieces. You may want to say, well, I don't want to be stagnated. Let me start doing my soul work. Let me start doing my shadow work, so that you can lighten your soul and be a part of the upgrade. Get your upgrade, get your update, your spiritual update. Let me be clear, because we got a lot of updates happening. Don't fall for those distractions. The pop-up distractions, the Diddy distractions, the Terrence distractions that y'all heard me mention. Yeah, those pop-up distractions, don't fall for those. There's a lot of spiritual hoaxes going on right now while Saturn is exposing. So don't fall for those, and do the bare minimum. Really go deep and do what you need to excavate your soul and be a part of lightening your load, so that you can take up into light speed, right? And the level that you reach, it depends on you. It depends on how much soot you remove off of your soul, how true you are being to you. You know, the degrees that you're walking in and with, the fractures of light that you're allowing to flow through you. How is your CPU? How is your intel that determines the speed of light that you can, all of this. There are so many factors that are to be counted in to this process. And it all is determined by you, how you are accepting, having radical acceptance of what is and how much you are letting go in order to get in that flow of the currency, and ultimately allowing your soul to grow, right? What is it that you know? No. This is the age of the knowing, right? This, as I've said before, the Aquarian age is to help us. The age of the knowing is to help us to get in, help us transit into the 5D, the fifth dimension, which is just an expansion of your consciousness. So all of this is helping you to speed up your light, lighten your soul to get into your light body, lighten your soul, lighten your load. When you lighten, let me say it this way, when you lighten your load, you lighten your soul. When you lighten your load and let go, you lighten your soul and elevate and have your soul more enlightened. But you have to lighten your load. So doing that shadow work is what's definitely needed. Okay, the light work is the activity of processing your shadow work. So all of this is important. This is to those who may be feeling left behind in the retrograde, right? And if you see this, it's probably for that reason. It's probably a hint, knock, 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 tap, tap, tap. It's time to get moving. It's time to get something done, right? So that's for those on that end. For those who are in the light work, and like I said, if you're feeling alone or grief, just know it's part of the retrograde. It is part of the retrograde within the prograde. It's a beautiful thing to be witnessing this shift, the drift and the shift into 5D, right? So much to see and do and be. So being the truth of who you are, I invite you all to do that. And I'm going to leave it there. If there's more that comes down, more downloads, right? Take your upgrade. Thank you, Spirit. That's what I wanted to remind us. It's like Spirit is highlighting that. Please remember to get your spiritual updates and upgrades, and do not fall for the pop-ups. It's like it wants me to remind us of that. Be very, very, very careful of what you are allowing to enter and attain your mind. Be mindful of what you call entertainment. Be mindful of how much you pay attention to entertainment, because where attention goes, energy flows and the result shows. So just be mindful of that pop-ups. Be very, filter out. We need to be filters of our own soul. Filter out. Screen. You know how they say screen the call? That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing screen this, screen that, screen everything that you come by. Do not let anything just show up and pop up as mere entertainment and mere comedy. Remember, what you laugh at is what you're signing an energetic agreement to. So just be mindful of that, right? And remember that you're moving up in this prograde, and as you're moving up, you can't be where you were, right? That's when the song comes back. Fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill, because you're moving up. You can't fry in the kitchen. You can't fry no fish in the kitchen because you're moving up. You're not where you were. So hold on to that and know that this is only the retrograde effect. It's the retrograde within the prograde, and you got to choose to be the high grade, not the low grade. What? With that said, remember again, like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you dare. Let me know if you're experiencing some retrograde effects. I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Love, love, love you all. Peace. Peace and blessings to you all. Each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start, start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out, and be the candle that lights the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Be the high grade, not the low grade. Peace, love, and light.